Hey folks, it's Tom at FrugalPrepper. I am down here reloading some ammo. Just reloading, doing these little fine tasks really helps me with my stroke recovery. Just repetitive fine tasks gets my hands steady, they're not shaking. I'm not lightheaded, I'm able to focus on it and get in the groove with it. So I'm just seating these bullets in. I thought I would bring you along, but I'll take these primers off of here for now. I don't need those right now. But I'm just running the factory crep on them. I'm measuring them every so often. Or I'm running the regular bullet seat. 1.091. A little bit. 1.090 with 114 grain bullet. My 4.4 grains of accurate number 2 is what I like to run. But just doing this, I'm not as fast as I used to be. I used to really be able to just crank them out, but I'm getting faster. And the most important thing is just to go slow and get them accurate and, you know, do a good job. But this really seems to help. One of the things that seems to help, 1.090, that's exactly right. It's just one of the things that seems to help. So I'll have plenty of ammo when it's time to go back to the range. Yes, this is 9mm. Yes, you can buy it pretty cheap right now, $14-15 a box. I know. I like this bullet with this powder, with this loading in my AR9. It's accurate, it's sighted in for it, so I reload my own. I mean, I occasionally will get some versions and run through it, but different brands just have different points of impact, and you're not always sighted in for those. My AR9 is sighted in to run these perfectly, flawlessly. And 1.090 with 114 grain bullet with my accurate number 2 primers. I know my preferred primer is just the CCI 500s, but I've got some of those. These are some Fiocchi primers. You know, you just got to get primers where you can get them right now. I did find a place that has them for $50 for a box of 1,000, which is a lot better than what they were costing. It's not down to where it should be. You know, it should be $30 for a box of 1,000, but for CCIs, you know, and as it goes now, I'm getting these cheap Argentinian ones for $50 for a box of 1,000, plus the shipping and hazmat fees. So you got to order at least 5,000 of them at a time to make it worth paying that, because the hazmat fee stays the same. And I try to order my powder at the time I order my primers, but the primer place is out of the powder right now, so I went ahead and ordered some extra primers, and I'm just gonna have to wait on the powder. You know, it's just how it is. That one was flared out too much. And she came out just a little short, but she'll fire okay. Let's check this one. Eight 9.5, that's close enough. And so I put them in the bullet seat die, and I ran a little bit of a roll crimp on them. and I'll come back and do the tapered crimp, or maybe it's this is a tapered crimp and I'm going to do a roll crimp. I don't know, but I put a second crimp on them with the factory crimp dye when I'm going to store them. You know, if I was getting ready to head to the range right now, I wouldn't worry about it. But if I'm going to store them in my ammo can for a while, I want them factory crimped so I know they're in there good. But yeah, that's what I do. Some Larry Vickers guy or something did something. I guess he's a popular gun guy. He did something. He got arrested. Man, the ATF is just after everybody these days. They got the Matt Hoover. I feel really bad for him and his wife and his kids. Man, I just wish they would have sent him a cease and desist letter and gave him a chance before they prosecuted him and put him in prison. But it is what it is. It sucks. Yeah, I don't even know who Larry Vickers is. I don't watch a lot of gun YouTube. I watch a few channels, but the channels I watch some Hickok 45. But mostly I watch like Texas Gun Vault, Resist the Tyranny. I watch a lot of guys that don't have these super giant popular channels, but they have really good information and content. And their information is about normal, average, everyday guns that you have, not some big, extravagant, fancy thing. But you know, I enjoy shooting, I enjoy training, I enjoy it. It's just something fun to do. And, you know, guns are for self-defense, if you have to use them for that. But, you know, I'm never going to use my AR-9 for self-defense, is what I'm loading this for. You know, it's the only thing that's ever going to shoot is paper at the range. You know, and why? Because I think it's fun. My little 22 is for self-defense, and I hope like heck I never ever have to use that. I mean, if I do, I do, but, you know, I will use it to defend my life only, but, you know, now this is the factory crimp. It puts the roll crimp on there. Nice and neat. We need to back that out just a little. And then I go in my ammo can here. I've got some in here. And I'll just retro crimp those. And put them down in here. Yeah, I got them to go and shoot up at the range when I have time. I got my Glock 45 and 9mm, and I got an AR-9. I have a Bierman 9mm too, which is a really crappy gun. I just bought that one to have a cheap first item to put in my gun chest. I've shot it. It hurts your hand. The trigger's awful. You know, I think I shot a total of 4 rounds through it and put it away. But, you know, I have the gun trust. I have 3 short barrel rifles now. 2 of them were the, free ones, where I was actually going to apply for an SBR on both of them anyway, but I just decided to wait, and I went ahead and bought the pistol stabilizing fin just to try the gun out, and then it came out with that law, and I found out in order to set them up in your trust, you have to have the assignment of property done and notarized to your trust before that January date that they had. So I got that done on both of those. Then took the pictures and sent the paperwork in and got my approved Form 1 back. they don't give you a tax stamp on it. They just give you an approval. And it's kind of nice because you don't have to send the receiver out to have it engraved with the trust name on those either. So, I don't think that it should be illegal. I think the NFA is wrong. I think short-barreled rifles, machine guns, and all that should be legal. But I don't want to go to prison. Like I said, I do this for fun. It stops being fun when you go to prison. So I generally try to follow whatever laws they put in place and just have fun and do stuff. I don't know why anti-gunners can't just leave me alone. Let me shoot my guns and enjoy them at the range and have fun. But they, for some reason, think that all guns are bad and they're designed to, they're going to kill people. You're going to kill people. I'm not going to kill anybody. I don't want to kill anybody. It's the last thing I'd ever want. Even somebody that's a meth head and addicted to drugs and stealing stuff and willing to kill you now, that person could have a life-changing experience, become a Christian, and become a decent, good father, a pastor. They could become a decent member of society still. I don't want to have to take their life. I want to break contact and get away. That's why I also carry pepper spray. And I normally carry a stun gun on me like this one right here. I think I have one over here, yeah. A lot of times I carry one of these on me. But yeah, so try not to have to shoot somebody if at all possible. I think a lot of people think that because you carry a gun, you're just willing to whip it out if you feel threatened and shoot them, and that's a good way to go to prison. It's a good way to kill somebody. You don't have to kill. My job is to break contact and call the police and let them investigate the crime, and get away and live to enjoy the rest of my life. But yeah, I don't know. The ATF is really politicized anymore. I mean, most of the ATF agents I've actually met, because I have applied for an FFL to make ammunition, and I had to withdraw my application because of the city doesn't allow you to run those type of businesses in your home or something. And it was in the middle of COVID, so I couldn't go to the zoning council and all that stuff. So I just, when there was an ammo shortage, I wanted to load some ammo and sell it to friends, But I can't do that, so I just load ammo for myself, and I train other people. If they want to learn how to load ammo, I'll show them. But, I just don't do it to sell it. I mean, I might load up 50 rounds and let somebody shoot 50 rounds, but I'm not charging them for that, and I just load it for my own use. But yeah, I mean, I've met FFL agents or ATF agents and talked to them on the phones. And I know a lot of the ATF agents that roam a lot of local gun shops, and the agents I've always dealt with are decent, good people. It's as you get higher up that the problems start, I think, in that agency. But I just try to obey the law as good as I can. I've never been into having the fake stocks, except for the one that I wanted to try the gun out first, and then they came out you had to register them anyway, and I got a free tax stamp out of it, and I got a free tax stamp out of a second one, and but I've never been one for triggers or bump stocks or any of that fancy stuff. I just pay the money and do it the right way. and do what I'm legally allowed to do. That's a for sure legal thing. You know, bump stocks, I know they said they were legal, but you know, I always said, yeah, they're going to make those illegal. The short-barreled rifle / pistol stabilizing fins and braces, I always viewed that as, yeah, that's real questionable as to whether they're going to continue to allow that. And they decided not to. So it is what it is, you know. But I just try to have fun shooting my guns and do it as legally as possible and enjoy my Second Amendment rights. And I don't like to hunt. I mean, I don't have a problem with hunting, but I don't really like to kill things. I like to buy my meat already dead. You know, I just like to just shoot paper targets and train. That's pretty much what I like to do. So, yeah, now I gotta load some primers in some. Load up some more primers. So I've got over here. Let me turn you around. Over here, I've got my dirty 9x19. I'm getting a little low. I ordered some more of that, and because my range will no longer let me pick up brass, which is why I joined a sportsman's club, but I haven't been out there to shoot yet. But I'm probably not going to renew at the range. It sucks that they don't let me pick up brass because I don't shoot as often there now that I can't pick up brass there and reuse it. And so I don't see things that are on sale that I want to buy as often because I'm not in there as often. You know, they get to make the rules. They say it's unsafe to pick up your brass, but yeah, you still sweep the brass and put it in their bucket, but you can't sweep it up and put it in your bucket. You know, they're allowed to make whatever rules they want, and I'm allowed to spend my money where I want. You know, so I figure why go there and pay $10 or $15 more for a gun when I'm not there shooting anyway, and I can get it cheaper at the Roll King if I want it. You know, that's just how I normally do it. But let's see, my powder through expanding die. Yeah, put that in here. Put the primer in. Seat the primer. Bam. I'll take you guys down to that. Let's just see. Yeah, seats the primer nice. Now we're gonna make sure a bullet fits an K in there. Man, it needs to go just a little farther down. Yep, that one's good. Make sure they'll fit in here. They do. All right, there we go. Go through some of this prime and resized brass and add some primers to it. Keep adding these. You know, I guess some people are probably into guns more than I am. You know, I like guns. I like to shoot guns. I like to pretty much shoot the guns I already have. My next big purchase is going to be a 9mm silencer with a tri-lug for my AR-9. But it's going to be a year or so before I buy that. And I believe that, you know, buying different guns doesn't really help you be a better shooter. What helps you be a better shooter is training and practice. And then more training. And from practice. And then some more training. And it really does transcend different weapons really well. But I have my favorites, and my AR-9 is a favorite. I really like that gun. And yeah, I could get this cheaper, but I like these specific loads for my AR-9, so I hand load them. And with the cost of primers right now, it really makes this more expensive than just buying some 9mm that's already loaded. Wow, honestly. There we go. But this length, this bullet weight, this powder, this amount of powder, very specifically, my rifle, my short barrel rifle is zeroed in on it. It works fairly well. And they shoot fine in my Glock 45 too. But my Glock 45, it's just, you know, I cannot shoot it as accurately. It's a handgun. I don't really notice as much if the point of impact changes, honestly. I mean, I notice a little bit. My AR-9, I can really stick them. I can stick these through the same exact hole at you know, 25 yards all day long. Nope. I dropped one. There. I'm gonna do like 400 or 500 of these, and then I'll load them up. You know, I'll just do, you know, 50, 60, 100 at a time. And then take a break. Like I said, I used to be a lot faster at this, but I'm getting better. Just, you know, this is one of the things I'm doing to help recover from my stroke. Just trying to do things again to learn how to get them done. You know, my vision improves as I do this small stuff. My balance and my handling small things. You know, my hands aren't all shaky now. They're pretty smooth, and they just get better. It's just kind of like learning how to do stuff over again. And my stroke wasn't a severe one, thank goodness, but it still is annoying. Just having to learn things to do them over again, but you know, sometimes life just hands you lemons, and you gotta do the best you can with those lemons. Learn how to make the lemonade, I guess. But yeah, this is all I'm gonna do. Is just sit here and go through these, and I'll do a few hundred, and then I'll go upstairs and relax, most likely. But that's what I'm doing. It's I ordered about 5,000 more primers today, and I'm gonna have to order some more accurate number 2 powder if Cabela's doesn't have some, and I can't get down there. I can't drive right now, so I have to have somebody drive me, and you know, the Cabela's is about an hour away, so you know. But if a Cabela's has it, they're a little bit pricier to buy it, but you don't have to pay the hazmat shipping on it, so it's a little better. The primers are worth, I get $1 so 1,000 of these Argentinian primers for $50. Now they are in Middletown, Ohio. They're about 2 hours away. I could drive there and not pay the hazmat fee, but they only charge $14 for the hazmat fee, so I'm fine with that. A lot of places that do powders charge $30 for the hazmat fee, so there's that. But just slowly working through loading some ammo, so when I feel like going back to the range and getting out and shooting, I'll have plenty of ammo to do it with. Alright. I'll talk to y'all later. It's Tom, your Frugal Prepper.